I hope you guys understand and know that being wealthy is not being rich, or being rich doesn't mean you're wealthy. You know what I mean? Hey, how you guys doing today? Welcome to Ajaxx Production. I am your host, Ajaxx, and we are back with another banger. You know what I mean? On this episode of the Ajaxx Show, we're going to be continuing the Wealthy Mind Marathon. And on this day, we're going to be talking about something that's really dear to me. Right? I've been thinking about it for a minute now. And basically, this is just helping us break it down to where we understand it even more, right? I hope you guys understand and know that being wealthy is not being rich, or being rich doesn't mean you're wealthy. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people make a lot of money. They make a lot of money, you know what I mean? They make all this money. They're like, oh, I just made $1 million in a month, or I made $100,000 in a month, or I made a six-figure year, or $1 million year, right? Or I signed a $1 million deal, right? Yes, they have the money. They can spend it and do whatever they want with it. But that doesn't mean they are wealthy. What does that mean? It means that until they take that money and put it in assets and things that actually generate money continuously without them having to do any work, they are not wealthy. Until they have a solid foundation of how that money can be generated, how that value can be converted into their kids, so that kids can have great opportunities, go to good schools, meet good, very ambitious people, and they can partner up and do more, things with, like business and things like that, right? So it's deeper than just making money and becoming rich and spending it out and partying and going out and doing things and getting girls. You know what I mean? It's more important than that. You know what I mean? There's wealth can lead into power, if that makes sense. Power can be derived, through family, right? Like, we hear about some family names like the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, and things like that, right? These are family names that people have built wealth with their family and passed it down through generation. You can't pass riches down through generation, but you can pass wealth. There's wealth in knowledge. There's wealth in information, or that's part of knowledge. There's wealth of money, of course, wealth of assets, wealth of real estate, wealth of properties, wealth of, of power, So all these people they have different things that they're putting together to make it make sense that they have wealth, Like I said, riches does not mean you're wealthy. Having money does not mean that you are wealthy, that you're someone to, admire as someone that, is wealthy. Because at the end of the day, you have not put your money into the right vehicles to make it a wealth vehicle, if that makes sense. Have you set up your trust? Have you set up your business, entities and things like that, your structures to protect you, so that if somebody, maybe wants to come and take your money, they can't. Or if someone wants to, kind of try to steal your entities, they can't take it from you, because you've protected it in certain entities or in certain trusts to keep it from people that don't have the best interest for you or your family, if that makes sense. All right. These are things that help you build, wealth, if that makes sense. Well, like I said, I'm your host. We're going to keep this short and sweet, Try not to go too long, because I still have work and I have to go study for my test. I'm your host, Ajaxx, and if you enjoy what we're doing here at Ajaxx Production, and you like the content, and you like the conversation, please don't hesitate to click the subscribe button. This will help us grow even more and take us to the next level. You know what I mean? I am your host, Ajaxx, and I'll see you tomorrow.